Hello, Selena here, founder, host, lead educator with the American Crochet Association. I've just updated the format of an oldie but a goodie pattern that I wrote for the American Crochet Association quite a few years ago. So I just wanted to walk you guys through all the different things that you can learn and know and do whenever you follow this pattern. So if you are watching, come on over, say hey, say hello, whether you're here live or on the replay. It's still the same great jam. And as soon as I see your comment, I'll get right back to you. If you are here live, if you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, anything like that, then we can make it a fun conversation as long as I'm here. Okay. All right. So whenever I write crochet patterns specifically for the American Crochet Association, I really want it to be some kind of learning objective, some kind of teaching tool, or some kind of staple. And I think this is one of the perfect patterns that fits in that category because it is just a basic crochet beanie. There's so many people in the world, maybe you crochet, maybe you don't. Those who don't, maybe they're like, I just want to make cute hats for people, or I just want to make a hat, right? I just want to learn how to do that. Or maybe you already know how to crochet and you're just looking for that perfect staple hat. I think this is it. So I just wanted to walk you guys through some of the reasons that this is such a perfect staple. And then I also wanted to walk you guys through some of the teaching tools, some of the learning objectives that will help you make this crochet hat and possibly lots of other things in the crochet world. All right, before we get started, I see Linda is here from Indiana. Hello, Linda. Thank you for checking in. So good to see you. Okay, so something that I'm doing to change the format of all the patterns that you can view for free at the American Crochet Association is that I'm starting all of them with a table of contents. And that way you can just quickly and easily see everything that there is in this particular article, right? So if you just want to jump straight to the pattern instructions, you can do that. If you want more information about any of the things that I'm sharing today, like the yarn, materials, gauge, size and finish measurements, anything like that, then you can quickly and easily find them as well. Here she is. I'm calling it the Easy Crochet Hat, even though like the the actual technical name of this is the Ombre Beanie. The reason I named it the Ombre Beanie is that I wrote it for a worsted, wait for yarn, Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway ombre. So what that means is that, and you can see it really clearly represented in these hats here, the yarn changes from lighter to darker shades of the same hue. So it really does give this beautiful ombre look. So whenever I wrote this pattern and I was working it up, I just had this one huge skein of that Red Heart Super Saver ombre. And I just wanted to work from, I think I went from biggest size to smallest size or opposite. And so you can see that ombre look in these. So I thought, it is such a simple hat. So visually, it's going to be really cool for you to see that ombre fade. But then also, I really wanted you guys to see that even though it is such a simple, basic hat, just, incorporating color in different ways, whether you use an ombre yarn, a variegated yarn, a speckled yarn, a heathered yarn, whatever yarn you use, it can really bring so much personality to this design. Okay, so you can view the instructions here for free. If you want a copy of the pattern instructions without all this other stuff that you can save, print, download, you can get it on Ravelry, so I do have that link right here for you. It's really important for me to give you guys a lot of resources, so that's what I wanted to go over. So for example, if you guys just want to see this really super basic beanie, if you want to see other finished projects, people have been working it up 4 years. I first published this pattern I published it back in 2019, but this has been my basic staple hat pattern for, oh my gosh, for so long. So if you want to see other finished projects, you can click on over. You can see them all here. You can see, again, people have used ombre yarn. They've used self-striping yarn. They've used variegated yarn. They've, here again, it's such a basic beanie that you can turn it into like a character hat or something like that. You can add pom-poms. You can really kind of transform this in any way that you want. So it's really adaptable in that sense. If you want to see other yarns people have used, here's what people have linked so far, just to kind of give you some good ideas, especially if you want to substitute. So that's a great resource there. So with this hat, there's very much a right side or a front side and a back side or a wrong side. If you have no idea what that means, this is a great opportunity for you to learn those concepts of what it means to have a right side of stitch, right side of fabric, wrong side of stitch, wrong side of fabric. Ultimately, really, it can just be whatever you think looks best. But if you're ever looking at a pattern and your finished sample doesn't look like it, but you're not really sure why, it might be something as simple as right side, wrong side. So I've got more information on that if you want some more details. Okay, so here's everything that you need to know and have and do to make the easy crochet hat, but I see quite a few more of you are here, so I just want to take a minute to say hey to Stacy Till. Good morning, so good to see you. And hello to Jean, who's checking in from Wisconsin. Good to see you too. Thank you so much for saying hey. Okay, so here's where I want to tell you guys everything about this, right? Including the yarn that I used, because maybe you're seeing these hats and you're like, I want my hat to look exactly like that hat down to the color. I used Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, and whenever you click on anything hyperlinked here, it will take you to some resources like where to buy this yarn, which is not discontinued. Oh my gosh, sometimes, you know, I use a yarn and it's immediately discontinued. I feel cursed sometimes. This one is not, and it does come in more colors than just that beautiful pinky peach that I use, that kind of coral. So if you want to see this yarn in other colors, you can just click on that link to get it. If you want to find other yarns that are in the same weight category as this, that are going to work up similar in terms of gauge and size, I've already done the legwork, so you can just click on over to Yarn Sub, and there's an extensive list. One of the main reasons I chose Red Heart Yarn Super Saver Ombre, first and foremost, is that it is a worsted weight for yarn, which is probably one of the most common yarn weights that you can find. So if you want to follow along with our pattern instructions, and you know, because it does come in so many very specific sizes, then using a yarn weight close enough in match to what I used is really going to help get you there. So using something like Yarn Sub is going to help you in that process. If you want more information on what it means to substitute yarn for this project or any crochet project, definitely click on over to this article, because there's some helpful resources and also some downloadable cheat sheets that you guys can check out. If you want my top recommendations for yarns that you can substitute, then the ones I recommend, again, with linked resources to make some purchases: We Crochet, Mighty Stitch, Brava Worsted, and Lion Brand Yarn, Vanna's Choice. So I think those will work up pretty similarly if you already have them on hand, or if those are yarns that you can just easily purchase. Materials, this is what crochet hook size I used, measuring tape, scissors, yarn, needle, all that kind of stuff. Here's the finished gauge in terms of stitches and rows. If you're not really sure what it means to crochet a swatch or to measure gauge and size for a project like this, it is worked and joined rounds from the center out, then I do have some resources for you that can be really helpful in terms of gauge. Size and finish measurements. So this particular pattern is written in many different sizes. So there are very specific sizes and increases for 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24-inch hat sizes. So if you guys want more information on what it means to measure for the best size and fit, to measure the person who will be wearing the hat for the best size and fit, then I do have an article with you, again, with cheat sheets that will help you not only measure for the best fit, but will help you measure your fabric for the best size and fit, especially when you're working a center out project like this. The only specialty technique used here is the adjustable loop. If you're not really sure how to do that, I've got a video tutorial, so you can click on this link or watch the video directly on this on our site. Stitch key. So if you want to see any of these stitches in action, I do have a video tutorial. You can just click on the underlined hyperlink. This pattern does use chain, single crochet, and double crochet. So there are chains and single crochets used throughout the pattern, just to, just in a helpful way. However, the main stitch used in the fabric of the hat is double crochet. So if you're specifically interested in looking for a easy crochet hat pattern using the double crochet stitch, this is the one. All right, so another thing that I've done in terms of formatting for our patterns is that I'm sectioning everything out. Again, this is going to be really easy for you to see in the table of contents that I showed you in the beginning, but it also, and this is just on our website, this is not what the PDF pattern looks like, but just on our website, I'm sectioning out with bullet points all of the different parts of all the different either sections of the pattern or size. So for example, all sizes start exactly the same way, so you can quickly and easily work through each one of those. And then from there, you can just find the size that you want to make. So for example, if I want to make the 20-inch size, I'm going to start here. I'm going to follow those instructions. And then I'm going to go down and go, sweet, here's the 20-inch. And here are the bullet points for each of the rounds that I'm going to work through. So hopefully this formatting, hopefully this formatting update makes viewing the patterns on any device that you're looking at. I'm looking at a desktop right here, but if you're on a smartphone or a tablet or something like that, hopefully this will just help make that process easier for you. And that's it. That's everything that I want you guys to know and have and learn to make the ombre beanie. This really is such an easy crochet hat. It is such a staple. So if you're just looking for the perfect crochet staple, pattern to make just a really easy crochet beanie, hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I've been making this one for, oh my gosh, decades now. This has really, truly been my staple. And I think it's just such a great pattern to work up this particular style. All right, last shout out goes to Lynette. Thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate you. Thanks for saying hey. And that's everything. That's all the things about the ombre beanie. So if you guys dig this pattern, if you guys watch this video, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see who's watching and where you guys are watching from. If you dig this hat pattern, come on over, save it to Pinterest, maybe email it to a friend, tag a friend in the comments, share this video in at least one place that you enjoy crochet if you think they'll enjoy it too. All those fun things, all right? And if you guys dig Ravelry, you guys can definitely add this to your favorites. I've already linked all the resources and all the things so you guys can quickly and easily find it there. See, here you go, here's the button. All right, everybody, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for being part of the crochet community. It is a pleasure to have you here. Hope you enjoyed this pattern. Share your finished projects in our community. Cannot wait to see them. Peace, love, crochet, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.